Alright, so we're going to be shooting something a little bit different today. This is the Excalibur Grizzly. I love Excalibur because there's no moving parts as far as cams or anything like that. And we're going to show you how we cock this, and then we're going to shoot a few bolts out of it. So we're going to be using Diablo, which is by Excalibur, their bolts, and this is a Verizone scope, okay? Alright, so the easiest and the best way to save your back when you're cocking a crossbow is to use this cocking device. You just stand straight up basically, and it gets it even as far as where it needs to be. So it has a fire and safety lever back there, and then you stick your bolt in with the fleshing down. And then we're about 30 yards away from the target, so if you want to just look at the target. And then we have like I said, we have a scope here. Alright. So right there, that's the perfect shot because that's the heart right there. And then those are the lungs. So right there we would have got a heart, and then we would have probably got a lung, at least one lung. Alright. So now we are going to be shooting some more, so you can get a few different shots of the crossbow going off, and I'll record Kyler shooting some. Alright, so I'm not quite sure how good we're going to be able to get it in there, but at least you could see what the scope looks like looking through it. There you go. Alright, today we're going to be shooting from a fixed position with the crossbow here. Good job. Okay, a little closer look at the arrow here. This is a Diablo by Excalibur. It's actually Easton. You can see it right there. Easton makes these, so they're made in the USA. They're the flat tip bolt. They got a little screw thing. You can add the Luminox, or you can screw your tool in there to pull them out of a target. But then we're using 100 grain practice tips because we're using 100 grain Rage broadheads while we're hunting. Go ahead, Kai. Now we're at 40 yards. Good job. Alright, so we had a little bit of rocky start, that's why we practiced, but now he's shooting at 40 yards and hitting the heart lung area consistently. So now he's ready to hunt. And same here. So this is why you practice. You don't want to be one of those guys who just picks up your crossbow, shoots it one time, make sure it fires, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm good to go. Don't be that guy. Practice. Make sure you're actually going to kill the animal and not wound it or hurt it. And how much should you practice? I'm never going to tell you to stop. Alright, let's give you the review of this Excalibur, because I have had PSEs and Hortons in the past. So let's talk about the Excalibur, and I'll give you the review. Decock it. What you do is you put both your hooks on there, put it behind your bar here, and you pull it as hard as you can, put it on fire, and pull the trigger. And then you slowly release it down. So if you didn't shoot one in the field, that's how you decock it. Alright? We are going to be finishing our review on the Excalibur Grizzly. So here it is. And so basically when you buy one of these, this is $850 plus tax, okay? When you buy one, it comes with your quiver or your arrow holder, your bolt holder, whatever you want to call it. For those who started in compound and whatnot, we'll probably call it a quiver. You can call it whatever you want. It comes with that. You can take it off, and then it comes with your bolt cocking device, which is basically a string with 2 hooks on it, and then it comes with the scope on it. This is a Verizon, which is by Excalibur, and then you'll get probably 4 bolts, and the ones that come with it are just the Excalibur, and then you have to buy the Excalibur Diablos to fit it because they're different sized and different backs than regular bolts that you shoot regular crossbows. Okay, so this let's start off the negatives. The negatives are it's extremely bulky as far as the limb length, okay, and then also the heaviness. All right, so it is a little bulky. I do think they could have cut corners some places, like it's real thick right here, and I don't know why the limbs are that long. I have no clue. But let's see. Oh, it's loud too. When you shoot it, you heard in the video, you can hear the thunk. They do have a Excalibur limb system, silence system. So where basically you get the rubber things that go here, and you can put silencers on this and this. So this is just straight out of the box. Okay, this isn't anything this is nothing added to it. You can get all that stuff. You're just going to spend more and more money, which is fine if you have it to spend. So straight out of the box though, very accurate. I like the scope. It's really, I don't like red dots. I like a traditional scope, so I like that. Does come with the scope covers. You saw that just now, and it's easy to cock even without this. Even without this, you can pull it back. I use this mostly because 1, it saves my back. For 2, it makes sure that string is even when you pull it up, so you're not pulling one side over a little bit while you're pulling it up. That does make a difference when you're shooting the bolts over and over again. You'll see that if you target shoot like I do to get ready for deer season. Now in Ohio, we are allowed to use crossbows for archery. So I jump back and forth. I'll use my compound, I'll use a crossbow. I'll go back and forth because why not? I have it, I bought it for that reason, and the kids shoot it very well. So both of my kids shoot it, Annalie and Kyler, so boy and girl. And Kyler has shot 2 deer with that bow. Like I said, I have owned other crossbow brands before. This one I like the best because of its consistency. And there's no moving parts as far as cams or anything like that. I do like that. I will say you probably want to replace the string every 4 to 5 years, depending on how much you shoot. If you shoot a lot, probably 3 years. If you shoot average, like an average deer hunter, then probably 4 years. And then if you hardly ever shoot the thing, probably 4 to 5 years. Okay, so you do need to replace the string. It's not hard to do. You can take it to a bow shop and they'll compress the limbs a little bit, pull the string off, and put a new one on, and it'll cost you a little bit. So the price point, obviously Excalibur is a little bit more expensive, and this is like one of the lower ones. There's a few underneath this one, but this is one of the lower ones. As you can see right here, there's all kind of fixtures you can put on here, like a cheek weld. It'll hang over here. But this, for a base package, you can put a sling on it. For a base package, I'm happy with it. It does exactly what I want it to do. Now, I will say I will probably buy the silencer kit next year to reduce the noise a little bit. But besides that, excellent. I'm pretty ecstatic with it myself. I've had it for, this is my 3rd hunting season having that. So I feel like of all of the brands I've used before, this one is the most reliable and the best as far as consistency and accuracy. So out of all the crossbows out there, I'm going to grade this, 100 being the